Hey everybody, it's Andy Coppins with you, Talking Badgers, and of course on Twitter at Talking Badgers. Shocker, I know, but we're coming to you on the heels of Wisconsin's 31-14 victory over the visiting Florida Atlantic Owls, who are going to be visiting Madison for a few more days at least. So first off, prayers out to everybody that's associated with the Florida Atlantic Owls and the Wisconsin Badgers that may have family members that are stuck down in Florida with Hurricane Irma. Thoughts and prayers out to everybody. And if you want to donate some time or money, please look into a couple of charities that I would humbly suggest. Both Team Rubicon and Mercury One charities. These are two charities where literally every dollar that you donate goes right into immediate relief efforts on the ground. And I can't think of a more important thing than that at this point in time. Getting the people on the ground, the supplies, the money, everything that's going to be needed in that relief effort. So if you don't want to donate to those two charities, please know who you're donating to and avoid charities where your money really isn't going to the needs on the ground immediately. With that being said, let's switch over to a lighthearted topic in football. Boy, was this a strange one for the Wisconsin Badgers. On the one hand, you put up 564 yards. On the other hand, you only won 31-14. Those two things do not compute at all in my book. And here's the deal. I feel like if you watched Alex Hornibrook, he was the exact microcosm of this game. Everything was going well early on. Hornibrook went 8 of 9, 89 yards, a touchdown to Troy Fumagalli, but of course. And then it all fell apart. He threw a horrific interception and a head-scratching decision after rolling out, getting flushed out of the pocket. Decided to throw off his back foot into some traffic when all he needed to do was throw the ball away, live to play third down. Instead, a horrific interception turns into points for Florida Atlantic. You don't like to see that. And then the 2016 version of Alex Hornibrook really reared his ugly head throughout the rest of the game. By that, I mean the guy that would throw behind receivers, the guy that would throw over the top of receivers, and the guy who couldn't hit a deep ball to save his life. That was troublesome for me. I'm not sure which version of Alex Hornibrook is going to show up from week to week. And if you want to see the Wisconsin Badger offense progress, that's not good news. So while overall, yeah, they threw for 207 yards, they threw for over 200 yards, they did some nice things in the pass game overall, there were a lot of negatives for me in this game. Let's see if they get corrected in week 3, but boy, oh boy, I am not impressed by Alex Hornibrook's inconsistencies so far. As for a positive, let's go with the other side of the offense, and that's the run game. I asked the burning question, who is Wisconsin's starting running back? And I think we figured it out in week 2, and that's true freshman Jonathan Taylor, who busted loose for 233 yards out of Wisconsin's 357 total yards on the ground. Just a great overall performance. He showed power, he showed vision, he showed patience, he showed just about everything, including the ability to learn from a mistake. He had one negative in this game, and that was a fumble that it was a positive because he was fighting for yards and fighting for that extra ability to burst, but he should have been smart enough to wrap up the ball with two hands. Instead, an extra defender comes in and rips the ball right out from him. Didn't like that, but what I did love is the fact that after it, he hung on to that football for dear life, and he learned from that mistake. So that's a positive. As for my third takeaway, don't like to see big plays hurting the Wisconsin Badger defense, and it happened again today. It only happened twice, but they were deadly ones. I believe it was DeAndre McNeil's 68-yard touchdown reception. Yeah, that's right. Another big touchdown reception, and I feel like we keep repeating this almost every single week. But with that being said, you have to be worried that two plays accounted for, I believe it was something like 98 of the 142 passing yards that the Owls put up. That's not a positive. What is a positive? A goose egg in the second half from Jim Leonhard's defense. So you have to like the fact that they're able to adjust and adapt. That's good news. I'd like to see him actually do that to start the game first. That would be a little bit of a change of pace for me. So going into Big Ten play, let's see if the Badgers defense can put together a really complete performance from start to finish. Overall, though, you have to like the fact that they only gave up 9 first downs. The third quarter, I think it was 13 plays, 8 yards. Just an impressive second half performance. But let's see if they can do that in the first half as well and really start to dominate some opponents here. Because heading into Big Ten play, if you're giving up big plays, they're going to kill you. So with those 3 things said, Wisconsin takes on BYU next week in Provo, Utah. A good test for the Badgers, 1 being on the road and 2 against a pretty good team in the BYU Cougars. We'll have more thoughts over at Talking Badgers. You can just simply go to wisconsin.talking10.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook, Talking Badgers on both fronts. And of course, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll have game preview videos. We'll have lots of breakdowns. We're going to have lots and lots more video work for you over the next couple of weeks and months. So stay tuned for everything from Talking Badgers. I'm Andy Coppins, publisher of Talking 10. Have yourselves a good rest of your week, and on Wisconsin.